Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Zochi. Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at the top 5 decks to run this season. As you can see, we have Master Duel Meta's tier list pulled up right here. We're going to take a look at which decks they have as tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. We'll take a look at the 5 of them because there's 6 and I want to just use 5, showcase you guys which one is the best decks to run, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, take a look at it. If you guys do enjoy this video, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and let's just hop straight into it. I think we're gonna go from worst to best, meaning it's gonna be the best worst, but then to the best best, right? So let's go. So out of these 4, I do think that live twin sprite we're not gonna take a look at because Exorcist Sister is interesting, right? So we're gonna take a look at the Branded Despia, Exorcist Sister, and Flow-on-Threes, right? So let's take a look at this deck list real quick. The reason why this deck is so good again is because against Telements, it's pretty good, right? So you have DD Crow, you have this card right here, Dimension Shifter, you have Dimensional Fissure, which is any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. Really good card, right? Because Telements wants to be sent to the graveyard. This card makes them get banished. And you have Evenly Matched. Evenly Matched is so good still. But yeah, this deck, very, very good in terms of the capabilities of, you know, stopping your opponent from using their graveyard with Dimensional Fissure, the Dimension Shifter, just everything that Telements hate. Telements hate not being able to go to the graveyard, right? Obviously they won't be able to get their effects with the Shizu cards and stuff like that, so that's why this deck is very good right now. Bottom of the tier 3, but I suspect it's gonna rise in power soon again. The more we play with it and test it out, right? Because as I said, Telements, they pretty much lose to this deck. They do if you can get out your Shifter or your Dimensional Fissure, right? So that's gonna be in the number 5 spot. Let's take a look at number 4. Now this one, I genuinely became surprised. But it's for this deck is good for the same reason that the Flow-on-Threes became good, is because they're able to run Dimensional Fissure. They have DD Crow. Their trap cards are pretty good as well, right? So they, I'm pretty sure Exorcist Sisters, they're able to consistently make Abyss Dweller. They can consistently make their main card, which is a banish. You can banish a card. So this deck is very good with the Dimensional Fissure, DD Crow. The deck activates from your opponent activating from the graveyard, which is exactly what Telements do. And this deck apparently won first place in the tournament, so you know, clearly something is going on. Something good is going great with this deck, and that's because Dimensional Fissure is right here stopping Telements from playing. If you can draw into that card, you're pretty much gonna win unless they have something to get rid of your back row. You're pretty much gonna win, right? So this deck is coming at the number 4 spot. Here's a deck list if you guys want to use it. Everything is on Master Duel Meta's website. Shout out to DK again for creating this lovely website, allowing us to take a look at all of these. So let's take a look at the number 3 deck right now. This video won't be too long. We're just gonna go ahead and take a look at the decks, and you know, let me know if you guys want to see some videos of these decks in the future. I will make a video on the Exorcist because it is interesting, right? Very interesting. I know you guys are interested in this as well because I can't believe it. This top 5 best deck. At first, it wasn't even that good when it came out. So let's take a look at the next one. Yes, my beautiful baby deck is here, and this is gonna be in the number 3 spot. Branded Despia. Even with all the nerfs, it's still really good, right? This is a 60 card version, which utilizes the Ishizu cards. The branded Telements are also a thing, so I want to make a video on that, but I don't know how good it is. But this right here is pretty good, right? Very consistent. Dark Law is insane against Telemet. I can't believe it. I'm gonna make a video with this because Telemet, Dark Law cooks Telemet. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what do you do if you have Dark Law on the field and you're a Telemet player, right? Dark Law is just insane. We put Verte Predaplant in there so that way we can go into the Dark Law more consistently, as you can see. But yeah, this deck still seeing some playtime. It's still gonna be top tier, even after all the nerfs that it got. Still really good. I love this deck so much. I will not stop using it. You can see some videos on it. So yeah, if you guys want to see that, let me know as well in the comments. Hit the like button on this video to let me know that you guys want to see some more branded Despia. As I said, this is a 60 card version. You can see we run 2 Grass is Greener, which is really good. Just send everything to activate your Ishizu cards, right? A lot of the cards do want to be in the graveyard, so very good. Now let's take a look at the number 2 deck. Alright, and at the number 2 spot, you guys can clearly see Emancipator Ishizu 60 card version. I'm not surprised. The Emancipators have always been really good. Even after the Block Dragon nerf, it's still top tier. Block Dragon being in the game alone is enough for this deck to be top tier. It's very consistent, super strong, able to get out all of these synchro monsters. That is really good. These 3 top tier. This also top tier. Omni negate cards are all top tier in my opinion, right? Anything that can stop your opponent from activating an effect, top tier. And then on top of that, the ability to OTK very easily, even without Krishan health, even without the health, the ability to OTK easily with the right here, the access code. You have Apollo USA, which can negate your opponent monster effect. You can use Masquerena to go into the Underworld Goddess and then stop your opponent from activating effects on field for when it is summoned. The deck is just really good, very versatile. It has so much that you can do. There's so many plays. And there's not really any like tutorial I could do to showcase you guys this deck, because at the end of the day it is RNG with what you do. The cards, right? As well as the Telemet. Telemet is the same thing. I could do a tutorial on it, but it's just going to be RNG, right? Because we need cards in the graveyard. We don't know which card's going to be in the graveyard. So yeah, this deck is very good. It utilizes the snow really well. The golem is pretty good as well. So yeah, this card underrated in my opinion. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Change the target to face-down defense position. Or you can target 1 face-up spell card your opponent controls. Return the target to the hand. So it's pretty good in my opinion. So people do run that card in this. I used to run it in my original Krishan Hulk Emancipators. I haven't used Emancipators in a while, but this deck is still very good. Number 2 deck on this list. Now let's take a look at the number 1 spot, which you guys already probably know. We have Telemet right here. Very good deck. It's tier 1 on this tier list, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been saying it's tier 0. In my opinion, I do think it is tier 1. With all the nerfs that this deck did get before it even released, I don't think it's strong enough to say that it's tier 0. And the fact that this game is a best of 1, I think it's very high tier 1. If it was a best of 3, I would say it would be a tier 0, because obviously you can side in your extra cards, your extra deck card, or your side deck cards, and you know, make this deck even better. But even with all the nerfs, this deck is still very good and very annoying. Very annoying. As you guys saw from my last 2 videos, this deck is super consistent. This deck needs the graveyard, so if you have Dimensional Fissure, anything that can stop them from going in the graveyard and, you know, activating their effects, then that deck will probably beat this deck, because no one is running any cards to clear the back row. For example, they're not running Harpy's Feather Duster, Lightning Storm. As you can see by this deck example right here, personally I would, but we're not running it right here. So this is the #1 best deck in the game right now, the #1 most annoying deck in this game as well. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, that's it. If you guys do enjoy this video, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.